Shalom, Jerusalem. Good afternoon. We are celebrating the first sausages and we continue to pray. Yeah? This is not easy. Nobody's easy player here. Good. I will read you something from the Haaretz. Yeah? This is your newspaper from Israel. Here we read clear that Netanyahu is lying to Trump and preparing to sabotage the Gaza ceasefire deal. The Prime Minister of Israel is not interested in peace. He wants to continue the war. It seems that he will make a lot of money with this war, or for political reason, or money, or both reasons. Yeah? When there are people who win from wars, yeah? We have to pray for President Trump. Today is his first day. Pray for him very much, for his team, Elon Musk, all around him, for Vladimir Putin, for Xi Jinping, Khamenei in Iran, everyone, the big players in this game. Pray for him. Also for Hamas, yeah. Pray for Hamas, yeah. Bless them, yeah. Bless your enemies. That's what Jesus Christ told us, yeah. I showed yesterday a very radical method, but yeah, whatever, yeah. I will read it to you. Good. Haaretz. This is a paid article. You have normally to pay to it. Haaretz. Gaza war is over, and an independent. And Gaza war is over. An impediment to Trump's truly lucrative price. Israeli-Saudi normalization. Analysis. Netanyahu is lying to Trump and preparing to sabotage the Gaza ceasefire deal. President Trump and his envoy refused to let Netanyahu's games and excuses delay the signing of a ceasefire deal that would free the hostages and end the Gaza war. But Netanyahu is still scamming to sink the deal, and with it the hostages and Trump's wider Middle East agenda. Last week, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu agreed to, on behalf of the State of Israel, a ceasefire and hostage deal that includes three phases. This agreement, if implemented in full, should lead to the release of all the hostages held by Hamas since October 7, among them 2 neighbors and close personal friends of mine, and an end to the war in Gaza. That's what it spelled out loud and clear from its pages. This agreement was months in the making, with the persistent work of the Biden administration, but the credit for its eventual signing belongs more than anyone else to US President Donald Trump and to his special envoy in the Middle East, Stephen Witkoff. Trump's involvement in the negotiation pulled the talks out of a months-long stalemate, and Witkoff's last-minute trip to Jerusalem made it clear to Netanyahu that the deal had to be signed with no more games, excuses, and delays. Trump, not Netanyahu, will decide whether to restart the war and who will govern Gaza. Yeah? This is interesting. Yeah? Trump, not Netanyahu. To free the remaining hostages will require battling both Hamas and Netanyahu. Good. Hamas, please return to the negotiation table. Don't play too much. Don't negotiate too hard. Don't ask too much. Just be human. Be human. Yeah. Put yourself in the skin of the families. Yeah. Omri and the rest of the hostages must return for the children. Our goal is that all return, and also as fast as possible. But the same Netanyahu who eventually signed the agreement has been telling these domestic political lies that he has no intention to honor or implement it. It's incredible, huh? After one of the extremist messianic parties in his governing coalition quit because of the agreement, and another one threatened to do it So, if the agreement is honored in full, Netanyahu promised to both that the ceasefire is signed on to is only temporary, and that soon enough he will order to renew the war, and by doing so sacrifice the lives of about half of the living hostages currently held in Gaza. This isn't some conspiracy theory spread by Netanyahu's opponents and critics. These are words coming directly from his own loyalists and supporters. Yeah, this isn't some conspiracy theory spread by Netanyahu's opponents and critics. These are words coming directly from his own loyalists and supporters. Well, it's incredible, huh? On Sunday, when the vast majority of Israelis were celebrating the return of three brave female hostages, an achievement also celebrated by President Trump, the Israeli pundit most affiliated with Netanyahu, Amit Segal, crashed the party by announcing on television that he expects only 10 of the 94 hostages still in Gaza will be released, before Netanyahu will honor his promise to Farad Finance Minister Belzebub Bezalel Smotrich to renew the war. Segal isn't making his base on the finger. He's speaking directly to Netanyahu and Smotrich and hearing from them what the plans are. Netanyahu has two ways to sink the agreement and find an excuse to renew the war. One option is to simply stall the negotiations for phase 2, due to begin in 15 days, and waste time in the talks until the time expires. He performs this same exercise several times to Biden's team, which was too weak or unwilling to admit the reality of the sabotage. The second option is to provoke an outbreak of violence in the West Bank. Yeah, pray for the West Bank. They want, look what's coming now. This is West Bank now important. The Tinder is already flaring there. Extremist settlers set fires to homes and cars in several Palestinian villages on Sunday night, at the same time that millions of Israelis celebrate the return of the three hostages. Again, this is being spelled out by Netanyahu's cheerleaders, not his opponents. All one has to do to learn about this to watch Channel 14, the pro-Netanyahu media outlet, which has been telling its viewers ever since last week that the ceasefire deal is temporary. Phase 2 won't happen. Netanyahu will honor his commitments to Smotrich. This is Smotrich, yeah. He wants to settle Gaza. I mean, this will such a bloody war with Hamas. This is incredible. This is such a Nazi, yeah. Smotrich, who speaks openly of establishing Jewish settlements in Gaza after forcing more than 1 million Palestinians out of there, is also speaking clearly. He will quit the government if the second phase of the hostage deal, in which Hamas is supposed to release dozens of male hostages, among them 3 American citizens, will be implemented. Netanyahu has promised him that this won't happen, contradicting the agreement he has signed and the promises he gave both to the White House and to the hostages' families to bring all of them back home, not only those who are included in the first phase of the deal. Netanyahu also knows that renewing the war with Smotrich's declared aim of forcing out the Palestinian population will make it impossible to promote President Trump's signature policy goal into the Middle East, a historic Israeli-Saudi peace agreement that will strengthen Israel's alliance with the Arab Sunni countries and isolate Iran. An agreement like this will not be signed while Israeli tanks are killing Palestinians in Gaza and Israeli extremists under sabotage guidance are building new settlements there. Man, do you remember Ariel Sharon here? He removed the last settlers from Gaza, and it was incredibly difficult. And the fate of my neighbor Omri Miran, who was kidnapped in front of his young daughter's eyes on October 7, and is among the hostages slated for release in the second phase of the deal, is connected directly to the fate of President Trump's larger Middle East agenda. If President Trump insists that both Netanyahu and Hamas must both honor the deal they signed, then Omri will be released, the war will end, and peace and prosperity with Saudi Arabia will become possible. But if Trump administration mistreats Netanyahu's true intentions, will allow his right-hand man Don Dermer to fill them with false promises like he did with Biden's team, then my friend Omri will be sacrificed to fulfill Smotrich's agenda if we end with him the Trump vision for a better future for the Middle East. Yeah, so yeah, Hamas, please. I don't know if you trust that I'm the second coming of Christ or not, if you believe it or not, but here is God speaking, yeah, as leaders speak to the Jews, yeah. Don't mess it up with God Almighty. We can do anything, anytime, anywhere, and as often as we want, with whom we want and how we want. We can send diseases, we can kill your family, we can do anything. God can do anything, yeah? Remember this. We want peace with Saudi Arabia. If you want to make corruption on the peace deal with Saudi Arabia, to buy oil with the oil negotiations, better there than with war. And Hamas also, I know, it is not easy. It is not easy. And you have showed a lot of patience that you have not killed one of the hostages. As far as I know, there's 95 hostages living, yeah? I hope so that they're all living, yeah? Treat at least the hostages until the last day they're there with you. Good, well, and an important suggestion, yeah? Maybe you make direct telephone calls with the family, yeah? That they can call every day 2-3 hours, yeah? 2 times a day or something like that, yeah? And speak with the families, yeah? Just make a phone that is not registered in a name, or a phone from Egypt or whatever, or from another nation that works in Israel, and this could help with psychology. You know, this is put yourself in the head, in the skin of the hostages. It must be terrible. Almost 500 days on the to be hostages. Terrible. That they can call mommy and dad and speak with them. Yeah, why not? Yeah, and Mossad knows already. IDF knows already. If they catch you, then it seems that you have separated them, that you can kill other hostages. So this would not be good for when you have to. It is a suggestion. You have to figure out if it works or not. Make it maybe only with one hostage 1 week. If nothing happens, then with more hostages. Well, you know what I mean. Only one per day, and 2-3 times a week, something like that. If you feel scared that they take the hostages,